In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He formed the first man, Adam, from the dust of the ground and breathed life into him. God placed Adam in the Garden of Eden, a paradise filled with beauty and abundance. Seeing that Adam was alone, God decided to create a suitable companion for him. He caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep and took one of his ribs to create a woman named Eve. Adam was overjoyed to meet Eve, and they became the first couple on earth. God gave Adam and Eve dominion over the animals and plants in the garden. He provided them with everything they needed for sustenance and enjoyment. The only restriction was that they were not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. One day, a crafty serpent approached Eve and began to question God's command. The serpent convinced Eve that eating the forbidden fruit would make her wise like God. Tempted by the serpent's words, Eve took a bite of the fruit and gave some to Adam, who also ate. Suddenly, Adam and Eve became aware of their nakedness and felt shame. They sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When they heard God walking in the garden, they hid from him because they knew they had disobeyed his command. God called out to Adam, "Where are you?" Adam confessed that he had hidden because of his nakedness and fear. God asked Adam if he had eaten from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Adam admitted his disobedience but blamed Eve, who, in turn, blamed the serpent. God pronounced consequences for their actions. He cursed the serpent to crawl on its belly and eat dust. He declared enmity between the serpent and the offspring of the woman, foreshadowing the ongoing spiritual battle between good and evil. To the woman, God pronounced pain in childbirth and a desire for her husband, who would rule over her. To the man, God pronounced that the ground would be cursed, and he would toil and labor to produce food. Both Adam and Eve would experience the hardships of living outside the garden. Although God expelled them from Eden, He showed mercy by making garments of animal skin to clothe them. As Adam and Eve ventured into the world, they began to experience the consequences of their disobedience. They faced hardship, pain, and the challenges of living in a fallen world. Adam and Eve had children, and their descendants spread across the earth. Their eldest sons, Cain and Abel, brought offerings to God. Abel's offering of a lamb was accepted by God because it was offered with a sincere and obedient heart. Cain's offering of fruits and vegetables, however, was not accepted, and Cain became jealous and angry. In a fit of rage, Cain lured Abel into a field and killed him. When God confronted Cain about his brother's blood, Cain denied responsibility. God cursed Cain and marked him to protect him from those who would seek revenge. Adam and Eve lived for many years, witnessing the growth of their family and the expansion of human civilization. They had other children, and their descendants populated the earth. Yet, as generations passed, sin and wickedness increased. Through Adam and Eve's story, we see the consequences of disobedience and the fallen nature of humanity. Sin entered the world through their actions, causing suffering and separation from God. However, even in their disobedience, there was hope. God promised that the offspring of the woman would crush the head of the serpent, providing a glimpse of the future victory over evil. This promise foreshadowed the coming of Jesus Christ, who would ultimately bring redemption and reconciliation between God and humanity. Adam and Eve's story serves as a reminder of the human struggle with temptation and the need for salvation. Their actions brought sin and death into the world, but through Jesus, the second Adam, forgiveness and eternal life are made possible.